So, Dan, are you surprised it happened so quickly?
Well, we're not surprised because this was essentially a game of high-stakes poker. Musk was playing chess, the board was playing checkers, and ultimately there was no other white knight to come in terms of another bidder because of the price and because of the nature of Twitter. And once he outlined his financing late last week, the clock struck midnight to get a deal done.
Now, you're joining us from New York. You'll be poring over the deal, of course. Does Twitter make commercial sense? It strikes me it doesn't track its users like Facebook. It doesn't target advertising the way Facebook does. Why is it worth $44 billion? B for billion.
It's not. I mean, again, it goes back to unless you're drinking gin, Jägermeister, or maybe some good whiskey, it's not worth that. And I think that's the whole issue. That's why there was no other bidder. Because Twitter's been a disaster platform for the last decade from an advertising perspective. Now, Musk, being the richest person in the world, I mean, he's pledging only 10% of his Tesla shares. Freedom of speech is one thing. Betting $44 billion on it's another. And that's why he'll be successful, because that's just the nature of Musk, what we see with Tesla, SpaceX, and PayPal. But no doubt, I mean, there's the easiest part for Musk was acquiring it. The hardest part will be fixing it.
What do you make of this, Victoria? Do you think that Elon Musk just wants Twitter for the influence it has? I mean, we just heard from Dan there. It doesn't really make much sense as a business unless it's seriously replumbed and rewired, and that may be very, very difficult. But as a public square, as a platform where, you know, governments, world leaders, all kinds of hugely important corporations and indeed people have their platform. It's where they break news. I mean, that's almost priceless in some sense, isn't it?
Yeah, I think once you're a billionaire, what you're looking for is influence. And we've seen that already with Jeff Bezos and his acquisition of the Washington Post. We know that Musk has been looking to try to get his hands on some sort of media company for some time. So this makes complete sense. Now, he describes himself as a free speech absolutist. That's very different to Twitter and its employees that have been focused on content moderation, removing trolls, getting rid of fake news. So there's a real difference in terms of ideology, which is why there was a lot of pushback initially from Twitter and its employees. But now that Musk has come through with this offer that's a 30% premium to its share price before we learned about Musk's stake, slowly, or not even that slowly really, but within the course of 11 days, we now seen that Twitter has gone on a U-turn and now decided to accept this offer, rather than being faced with the fate of some of the other tech giants that we've seen in the tech sector that have really suffered this year. We've seen Netflix down 65%.
We have.
Facebook's parent company, Meta, down about 45%.